Morning, everybody. It is July 3rd, 2016. It is Sunday. Good morning and happy peaceful Sunday, everyone. Today we're going to have a peaceful walk to the beach with Zoey and me, Jane. There's a stream along here, and my old cat that was a feral, took off on me, and I saw him a couple days ago, crouching and scared of Zoey. His name is Festivus. You remember Festivus? I took some pictures of him. Well, I did. I think I posted the new pictures of Festivus. I'm not sure if I did. Anyway, I found him crouching like a crouching tiger on the banks. He was a rescue cat from the farm that never adjusted to non-feral life. And I didn't realize that about farm cats, but he's making out quite well here, and he's, I think, getting into my garbage, and I leave food out for him. But he hasn't been around lately because he's got really good pickings in this neighborhood. I've seen him in different areas. I don't know if he's now someone's pet, but he's afraid of Zoey, so he never got along with us very much because Zoey's kind of, oh, there's really up the Christian Island. You can see it quite well today, past the grasses here. And the flag is flying today. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Nothing like the water to paint my infusion of negative ions. Ah, so nice. I'd love to walk along the beach, but there's no more beach here. It's come up quite a bit, as you can tell, from a few years ago. So I'll just probably, yeah, there's the escarpment, and there's the magic portal door. Right here. Where the sun sets. And the sun, I was thinking it really does have something to do with the sun, the portals, because there's a grid system or ley line system of which the sun intersects at certain times, and those ley line areas are areas whereby the I would go in the water. I would. I don't know how cool it is. Take off my shoes. Do you want to go in the water today? It's all grasses, and there's huge carp out there now, and I don't want to disturb the huge carp or the sea serpents that might happen to be on the horizon right there. In the wintertime, you can see them all the time. They like go zoop, 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 like this, really, right across the entire horizon. Whether that's a phenomenon of some sort or whatever, but to me, it looks like sea serpents. And definitely, it's very odd. I don't know if that's some kind of ritual they do every year at a certain time, but they're very rare. You don't see them. They go back into their deep, they live in deep cold, I think, and I think this area is attached somehow to Scotland. But the Plesiosaurus, or whatever they are, they do definitely live here. I sense it. Saw them right here, like the babies, coming right up the shore. They are very adventuresome. They're not afraid of anything, and they're multidimensional beings. Or they're extremely different than we are, that's for sure, how they survive and their needs. I don't know about adaptability, but they're pretty adaptable. They say man is adaptable. I think these things are more adaptable. And perhaps they can't do in the desert as well as we can, but certainly we couldn't live in the ocean either for years and years, that deep ocean. And this is like an ocean. It's a captured ocean. The Great Lakes system is definitely a captured ocean. And what happened during these times of being Earth's around, this looks like a huge caldera at one time. Perhaps it looks like the moon came out of this Great Lakes area, because I was doing experiments with plasticine, actually plaster of Paris in art class. And I noticed that when you pull out wet cement, it leaves the same kind of design as the Great Lakes. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. So something came out of the Great Lakes a long time ago. And I think it was the moon, maybe Lilith, not sure which. But it was so many billions, maybe trillions of years ago, it's hard to even comprehend. These ideas that I have come through just basically through observation and a sense or feeling, intuitive sense that I can't explain. Where it comes from, deep consciousness perhaps, DNA records from the Akashic records. Not sure. Yeah, what's that? However, sensing things, it just gives me a very good feeling of, like, I don't know, this beautiful, I love that shape. I love that shape of that. It's really beautiful. And that's sort of the shape we started out in, as that shape. And the shapes of things, I like to do a study with the shapes of the different body organs and hormones and everything. You know, it has some significance and symbolism, definitely, and in, well, the curve is like, the fetus is sort of like a broken circle, and our DNA is like a broken circle. So we have these two kind of contributing ideas of form and formas, and I'm really interested in how we formed into our form. The Image of Man, which was a curated show at the Macintosh Art Gallery in London, Ontario by Professor Hart, William S. Hart, and he was an amazing professor at Western, and he taught me how important form is in its symbolism as far as our destiny is concerned as well. So we look at the ancient pictures and how we focus, how our collective unconscious or conscious focuses perhaps are the same, yes. We're just not aware of the depth when we're consciously awake, but when we're sleeping, we might have something else going on. So the image of man and woman, I would take it as man being women as well. The image has to do with the split from the perfect sphere. Call it an orb. If you look at the microscope, you'll see the perfect sphere there. It's only molecules which are spheres, and then you look at the planets, they're spheres, they're perfect, they orbit correctly and harmonious. The asteroids are not perfect spheres. They're wondering how to get rid of asteroids. Has something to do with the sphere. Since they're not cohesive in the sphere form, they are weak. So if you think you want to strengthen yourself, think of yourself as a sphere. Think of your aura as a sphere around your body, and you're kind of like the energy inside that sphere. The material energy on this plane, think of also of your chakras as energizing into the fifth to the seventh dimension in the body form, and outside of that form you have much more cosmic conscious sphere, which is huge. And that's what I'm trying to get into. That sphere is the first sphere might be copper, the second sphere might be silver, and the fourth, or the first sphere, or the third sphere, I should say, is gold. So it goes in progression. And the gold sphere, once you're inside of that, you're basically an immovable feast, or basically impenetrable. You're not able to have any kind of outside influence of the duality affect you, because you're already in the perfection that you are, and you don't have to be assimilating the outside non-perfected sphere from the duality split, which happened a long, long time ago. In the earth, you have a sphere. It's a molecule, and it relates directly to our molecule and to the sun molecule. So the earth and the sun split from the duality, from the singularity, the great singularity. And it will go back to the great singularity. Probably we're recharging the great singularity. Perhaps that's our purpose. Everyone wonders what's our purpose. It might be very simple, because our very simple structural form is very simple sphere. But in the same time, it's very complicated for us at this level of disintegration of the sphere. We have to reclaim it. It's a very peaceful day today. It's very lovely. Sunday morning. It's so peaceful. This is where I see a lot of the spheres. Not spheres. They're spirits from the light energy, and they are formed into spirit energies that we can recognize. There's definitely a communication going on between the sun and us. We have to be aware of it. And communication with our beginning, which is the sun, is very important, I think. It's especially as I get older, I think it's more and more important to realign to the perfect sphere of the sun and of the great singularity, which is the divine within us, and to expand that perfect sphere into all nature as it is perfected already. But in some ways, we have that duality happening, which is completely complicated for us to comprehend when we are already spherically correct in our perfection from the sphere, which is always with us. The great singularity never leaves. It's behind the sun. You can see when you have a quick glance at the sun, you see a ring. It's called the corneal ring. It's much brighter. That's what's there. But there's something stopping the great singularity from it, from coming to that area that you need, how can I explain? One day I will try a better job of explaining. Today I'm just kind of in a mellow mood, and it's hard for me to think things through in the way that is complicated. I want to be simple. Maybe if I go to the meditating rock, I can sense a better idea of it. So look over here. Come on. Let's go in here. Someone planted wheat. Isn't that beautiful? In a circle here. It's a symbol of the sphere and of regeneration. It's very good luck symbol. It's any kind of sphere you center, even in Feng Shui, you'll notice the design of the sphere is very important, and different colors of spheres for different times promote a beneficiary type of existence for the individual, which is a spiritual individual. So we're going to relate to spheres as they are. And Zoey. Imagine Zoey as a sphere. If you turned everything, I think there is an app for that where you can turn everything into a sphere. I have it on my, it's not very, it looks odd. It's sort of like a fisheye lens that is in a circle, and take a picture of things. It looks really interesting when you take pictures of like different multicolored things and putting it all back into the sphere, putting it all back. It has the kind of almost, to me, it was reminding me of the sympathetic idea of memory and remembrance, reminiscence, and almost a, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Not sympathetic, what's the word? Harmonious kind of idea. This way. Come on. Let's look at the bottom. No. Anyway, it's very beautiful. Sentimental, that's the word I'm looking for. A sentimental concept, This way, honey. Let's go over here. Come on. My meditating rock is over here. Halfway point. But, yeah, it's a monarch butterfly moth. And there he goes. I'm trying to get a picture of him. It's really hard to get a picture of him. What is wrong with you? When you have the sentimental concept. Some people don't believe in sentiment. They totally don't. And other people, like, if you look at Feng Shui, it gets rid of all past sentiment because they say that holds you back. It holds you back from living in the present, which I can understand. A lot of the stuff I've collected through the years holds me back. Notes, could be notepads, reams of notes that I've taken. There it is. But the sentimentality, I think there's the romantic language people really love sentiment. Because look at France, you have the postcard, you have even the word memento or souvenir I'm thinking of, relates to that. You want to recall. But then you have people get older, they forget things, so why bother? All they have is the sphere they're going into. So the sphere that they're going into the golden sphere, to go back to the great singularity of the golden sphere, which could be the sun, behind the sun, which is a different energy form, which we aren't right now, but which we do go into in a kind of reminiscent of reincarnation, or reminiscent of redacting. I don't know what the word is. I'm having problems with words today. I think it's because I should go back into my sphere and just turn off my duality for a while. I need to do that. It's important. It's important to remain calm, cool, collected, whole sphere. Yeah. You know how they say get whole, holistic foods. What does holism mean? Well, obviously the sphere, the circle, the circle root, the orb, the sphere, whatever, that is the thing. We realize we are, but we don't see ourselves as spheres. Coming! Anyway, I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about how I was feeling today about philosophy, metaphysics, and that sort of thing. Archaeology as it applies to our new information that will make us discover new things that we're stuck. Like I think, holy crap, are we ever stuck? We're not coming up with anything new. It's all materialistic. What about the sphere? Why aren't we coming up with the concept of how to get back to the sphere? How to get back to the garden? I'm getting hot. Ooh, it's going to be a hot one today. Plus 30 degrees Celsius, but right now it's nice. Yeah. The curve. Circle loves curves. The sun actually appears larger when I take a picture of it on the curve. Now, why would that happen? Well, that's because the sun is also looking for spheres within us. Great singularity. We can project a sphere that's really huge as a collective society, like a beautiful blue planet, which we already invented, I think, in our subconscious, that this is all an illusion. If you hold true to that theory, what's she doing? Then, I suppose, you smell something. What is it, Zoey? Another doggy? Perhaps? I don't know. There's Grand Folk Oak. Beautiful oak tree. I wish peace and love, and I will say a prayer right now by the great Grand Folk Oak. Peace and love and harmony for all persons on this beautiful Sunday, July the 3rd, 2016. Make us spiritual again and appreciate our true spirituality. Thank you and amen. That's it. A little spit up there. There we go. Yeah. A nice breeze. It's so glorious to have green. Green is just a secondary color, orange being its complementary. Here we go. We're going to see that the seeds, a lot of seeds are round. Not all of them. I wonder if I could do a study on seeds. I did like that idea, why some really big plants have small seeds and some really big seeds are small plants. That didn't make sense to me. But it would if you consider... Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. It's okay. Anyway, getting back to... Oh, that was from Zoey told me. Yeah. Well, I think you're supposed to honk or say I'm coming through when you're on a bike. Just so that people who are walking don't run into you accidentally when you're going to pass someone. Just, I guess some people think that nothing's going to happen until you have a dog like mine. Bad cigarettes. Natty. Okay, here we go. Back home again. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye-bye.